Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are going to do a full face of HNB Cosmetics today. I mean, look at this face. The brand will never do any wrong. They will never do any product badly. But I wanted to create this look doing a full face of HNB for you, because if you haven't heard of the brand, or even if you have and there are products that you haven't tried before that you've wanted to try, then you can see me use them. It feels really weird to actually have like a full face of makeup on. I've been very natural at the moment, especially being on holiday, and then I've got a tan now. I don't really wear that much, but it feels good to actually have a full face on. So if you want to see me create this full face of HNB, then carry on watching. So we're going to start off with the base, because HNB don't actually have any eye products, and HNB always kill it when it comes to complexion. Like, they are the best. I'm putting it out there, they are the best brand out there when it comes to complexion. Now that I am tan, like, this is the darkest I've ever been, I feel, and I feel like you're going to hear that from me for the foreseeable. I just love being a tan girly, natural tan, bearing in mind I'm not a fake tan person. But yeah, I don't really like wearing foundation when I have a tan. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not really into wearing foundation. I do have the Silky Matte Weightless foundation. I have this in the shade MF14W now. I did swatch it last night and it is just a little bit light for me, so I might just try using concealer instead. I will show you though, just to show you the shade, because this was actually like my tan shade, and because I am even darker, like you can even see on my hand, like it's just a bit too orange undertone for me. I feel like when I'm tan, like I'm more kind of leaning like my body anyway, like some parts are more red undertones, some are more like olive, but I feel like on camera that doesn't actually look too bad. I don't know. No, I actually think that matches. Why did I feel like last night it didn't? But I'm just not used to wearing like a full face of makeup the past month anyway, especially with the heat wave. But I think for this video, because I do want to show you all the products that I do have and obviously make use of them to show you what they all can do, I'll use the foundation today. But before we even go in with foundation, I do have the Soft Focus Luminous Glow Tint. This, oh my god, I absolutely love this. I feel like it's really underrated. So I have it in the shade GT10. So I do have two shades of this. Again, this is my tan shade, and the glow that this gives, it's just beautiful. I would typically spot conceal, but I feel like because I'm tanned, should we do a count of how many times I say I'm tanned? Yeah, when I am tanned, I feel like you can't see my spot scars that much. Like, they're not as prominent. But I'm going to put this on first, and then I'll spot conceal instead of doing it the other way around. I am also going to be using all the HNB brushes, so I will name any in the description. But this is the kabuki brush that you do get with the glow tint. I don't know if she actually does this glow tint anymore, I can't remember, but yeah, you did get this brush with it. So yeah, I'm just going to use this kabuki brush that you get with it, and I'll show you on half of my face, like already that versus this side is, oh my god, this is honestly so underrated. If she doesn't do this anymore, it's such a shame. But as you can see, my left side, my right side, oh, this on its own actually is stunning. So as this is a tint, it doesn't have like major coverage like it is, did I say, like there was colour there. It's not like a majorly sheer tint. There is like a slight little bit of colour to it, so don't think you're going to get like the coverage with it. So that is what this tint is like all over. Oh my god, I seriously wish I took this on holiday. To be fair, I was going to spot conceal, but I don't feel like I need to, especially with that foundation. I feel like the coverage is more medium buildable or medium to full, especially with it being a matte finish as well. To be fair, it says Silky Matte, but I don't feel like it's a full-on matte foundation. I don't feel like it looks that matte on the skin, which I like in a foundation. I have oily combination skin, and I'm not a fan of matte foundations because they can look seriously dry on my skin, whereas this doesn't. To apply the foundation, I have two different brushes here. I do have the entire face collection and the eye, and then the powder collection. So I'm not going to use every single brush, but I will tell you the ones that I will use in. So these two I can use for foundation. I'm not going to use them today, obviously, like both of them. I'm going to use one of them. So I have the F01 brush, which is kind of like, it's not fully domed because it kind of angles at the top, you will see there. It's nice and fluffy but dense as well, which I love in a foundation brush. And then this one, kind of, it's not similar, but I say that's more domed, but it's kind of flat on the top as well. Same, dense but fluffy. The second one was the F04, by the way. So we have F01, which is the more kind of angled brush, and then F04. I think today, I think I'm going to use the F01. I'm going to do one pump foundation because I don't really want to wear a lot, which is crazy for me. I love my full coverage foundation. I love doing a full beat, but I just feel like at the moment I'm just not really loving like the full glam. So as you can see, that is the coverage. I did have a little spot and scar here and it's covered it really well. Obviously when it comes to texture, it's not going to cover that. It's not going to take away the texture. The texture's still going to be there, but in terms of coverage, any redness, it seriously does that. Then again, on this side, I'm just going to ever so slightly take this on the eyelids as well with any excess that is on the brush. As I said, HNB don't have any eye products, so I'm not really going to do anything. Just want to kind of give my eyes a slight blank colour. Onto concealer, we all know the viral and the most loved concealer ever, the Soft Focus Airbrush concealer. So I do have this in multiple shades, and then probably, was it last year? I don't know if it was last year. I feel like it's been a while since it's been out. She then did a new formula, which is the Smooth Weightless Concealer. The Soft Focus Airbrush Concealer is definitely more medium to buildable coverage, whereas the Smooth Filter Weightless Concealer is definitely more kind of light to medium, like coverage wise. I actually recently, do you know what, this year I'd say I've probably been preferring the Smooth Filter Weightless Concealer versus the Soft Focus one. I've been very much different with my concealer. I usually love a bright under eye, but now that I'm 10, I kind of just like to match my skin tone or like the foundation that I use if I do use a foundation. So I'm going to use the shade 5WN for the Smooth Filter so I've got that, the Smooth Filter, yeah, Weightless Concealer. I'm just going to apply a little bit of this under my eye, and then again, like, my makeup is very different. I only like to apply a small amount now instead of going like full on with it. I typically would blend in the concealer with a sponge. I don't think I have the HNB one anymore. I think it just got so dirty to the point it was just stained and it was just disgusting, so I just got rid of it. But she did release a new concealer brush, so there is 10 brushes within the face brushes, and then she released a concealer brush. So this is the F09, so it's kind of similar to the foundation brush, but it's obviously tiny and it has that angled kind of like bristle to it as well. So it's literally just like a really tiny version of this face brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend it in. Also with the brush, it's going to give you that more coverage than a sponge. As you can see, it's not doing any brightness. I don't really want to do that. I kind of just like to stay a little bit more natural, even though I've got like a full face of foundation on. Even though the Smooth Filter Weightless Concealer is a lot more lightweight, it still has the coverage there. It's not as full coverage as the Soft Focus one, but it's still really nice. And this is what I mean, I just want to keep it more natural, so I've literally just matched it to the foundation. I might just go a little bit light ever so slightly just to waken me up. So I have the shade 3N here, so before I use 5WN, which is a warm neutral undertone, and then 3N is more of a neutral undertone. So I'm literally just going to do like a little dot there, basically just like in the same places. I'm not going to do it on my nose though. Then I'm just going to blend it in with the same brush. Cream bronzer, which is probably my favourite. No, actually no, it's not. I like blush. Cream bronzer and cream blush is like my favourite. So I have the Glossy Skin blush tint. I have every single shade, but obviously I can't use every single shade. So my original shades that I do use are actually, the shades that I have is 4 and 5, but with me being tanned, they no longer match me. Well, not match me, but they no longer suit my skin tone. So I went through the collection and I found shades 7, 8 and 9. They're all very much a different undertone, so I'm going to show you the shades. So we have shade 7, which is this one. I feel like that is giving kind of like more cool tone. I'm definitely going to swatch them all. Then we have shade 8, which is definitely more of a red undertone. Then shade 9, which is definitely more, I kind of say like neutral or warm. So just gone ahead and swatched them for you. So this is 7, which yes, you can definitely tell that it is more of a cool undertone. It does have a slight reddish undertone, ever so slightly. Then we have 8, which is definitely more red. And then this is 9. I don't actually know. To apply the Glossy Skin Bronze Tint, did I call them blush tints to begin with? I hope I didn't. But anyway, yeah, I have 2 different brushes here which are perfect to blend the bronze tint out. So we firstly have F02, which I really love the shape of this. It's kind of similar to the foundation one, but it's more longer and wider. It's definitely more flat as well. It has that angle to it. And then this one is probably my favourite. This, just the way it's shaped, you can see it's more pointed. It's definitely got a lot more angles to it. It has the flat parts here, which are definitely good, especially around the brow area actually. But if you really want to sculpt your face, then this brush is perfect for that, and that is the F03. I think today I'm going to use the F03 because I've been using the F02 a lot recently. So yeah, I'm going to try shade 7 because I feel like that was going to be bit more better. With this, you do not need a lot. It is so pigmented, so I'll literally just like dip my brush in and then I'll always take the excess off on the back of my hand. Let's just see anyway. It's not too bad. I could go darker. Let me just do it on one half of my face and we shall see. Okay, so that is shade 7 on my forehead, and then my cheekbones as well. You can see it's definitely more cool tone. I could go darker. Do I try 8 on the other side? I feel like because I do get a bit red undertone on my forehead, that is slightly better, and it's got a bit more warmth to it as well. I feel like you can definitely tell now, like from the left side to my right, this is more cool tone. This is definitely a lot more warmer. Okay, yes, I'm definitely glad I decided to go with this one. Sometimes when you look at it in the pan, like that looks seriously dark, but when you actually blend it out, it's so nice. So definitely going to put this in my drawer now to add to my collection for my tan shade. Onto blush, which is another favourite part of mine. So of course I'm going to use the Glossy Skin blush tint. You guys know I've been loving muted shades at the moment, especially muted 10, which is that berry undertone. But now that I'm tanned, I kind of like the more kind of like peachy coral shades. I've got 2 more shades from the muted collection. So she had the original 10 shades, which is more kind of like your summer bright shades, like your pops of pink, your reds and stuff like that. And then she had the muted shades, again at 10 shades in that range, which is more kind of like your natural blush shades, I'd say. So I firstly have muted 6, which is more kind of like, it looks like a bronzer. It's more kind of like bronzing, even though I said like my peachy coral tones. And then I do have muted 8, which I've not tried this, even though I have swatched it. I obviously swatched it when I got them, but I've not ever worn like a shade like that. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I don't know, that's quite hard to decide actually. Do you know what, I might try muted 8. I have 3 different brushes here that you could apply that with. To be fair, I've actually applied this with cream bronzer before. So I firstly have F05, which is very, I keep relating it back to the F01. This is again an even smaller version of this, but it's not as like kind of fanned out, I'd say. So this is F05. Again, it is angled. Again, all the brushes, like the face brushes anyway, are dense but fluffy. So that is F05. And then I've been recently using the F06, which is more of a flat brush, perfect for cream blush. And then this is more of kind of like a tapered flat brush. So this is the F07. So I think to switch it up I'm going to use the F05. The same with these are seriously pigmented, you do not need a lot, so I'm just going to dip in literally once. You can see how much pigment is on the brush already, and then take it off on take the excess off on the back of my hand. Already that is giving like sunburn vibes. Let's give it a go. These are very buildable as well, so I've just done like a second layer on the back of my hand, and then oh my god, is this literally like my tan shade? Like sunburn vibes. It's literally giving like sunburnt, sun-kissed. Oh my god, I love experimenting with different shades. Like usually I would be scared too. I just stick to like my ride or die shades like that. Oh my god. So this is no blush. Oh my god, I actually love that. That is so pretty. And you can see like the glossiness. So you have the bronzer obviously, and then the glossiness from the blush. Like I wish I could actually just leave my face like this, but as an oily combination skin girly, it has to be powdered. I always take my cream blush up to my temple as well, and then just slightly on the outer corner of my eye, and then always on the apples of my cheeks. I am just going to take a small amount of this and just apply it onto the top of my nose and just down the side ever so slightly, again to look like I've been sun-kissed. So this is how the blush is looking. Absolutely stunning, that shade. Why have I never tried it before? But I always need to go back in just to blend the blush because it's not much of a harsh line, but I can see like where it starts basically. So I'm just going to mix the two concealers that I used before. I would only go in with like the one concealer, but I'm just going to mix them both. I'm going to blend the blush and the concealer in together and you'll see the difference. So this is my left side where you can kind of see where the blush starts, and then this is the right side. It just blends a lot better and I like how that looks. Now, as gorgeous as this base looks, it does need to be set with powder. Now, HNB do have a powder and it is the Soft Focus Loose Powder. I ran out of mine ages ago. I just haven't repurchased one, if I'm completely honest, and I did have some in my makeup artist kit. I emptied all that like months ago and I don't know what I actually did. Then I had like different shades as well. I can't seem to find them, which is really annoying. So I'm just gonna go off camera and do some loose powder. What I've decided to do, which is something I never do, so even though my face is powdered, it's not heavily powdered like I usually would. As I said, I kind of like to keep things a bit minimal. Obviously this is not natural, but whatever. I've actually got it back in with my cream blush brush, and I've just brought the glossiness back ever so slightly because I don't know if I want to use powder blush. Speaking of powder blush, HNB needs to bring back their powder blush. I think, what was the collection called? It was like Dare to Be Different. Yeah, the Dare to Be Different range collection was, oh my god. She seriously needs to bring some powder blushes back. The pigment and just how beautiful the shades as well. I think there was only like 4 shades. 4 or 5 shades. There wasn't that many. Please bring powder blushes back. But yeah, anyway, I'm just slightly, I'm not even dipped in to the pan. I've just got to use, I'm using the excess that was still on the brush just to bring the glossiness back ever so slightly. Okay, so I would go in with powder bronzer, which I do have from HNB. Again, I had some in my makeup artist collection and I don't know what I've done with them because I had different shades as well, but I do have medium, which is just going to be far too light, so I am going to have to use a different brand. Unfortunately, I'm so annoyed. I actually don't know what I did with the products that I had. As stated, HNB don't have any powder blushes. They seriously do need to bring out some because that range years ago, the Dare to Be Different range was so good. But I have 3 different blush brushes here. So I first have this more kind of like domed fluffy brush. This is the P03. I do love this as a blush brush. And then you have kind of like a smaller but thinner version. This is the P08. I like this if you're doing like an ombre cheek, so I like to use a bigger brush for the shade more, which I haven't done obviously today, but I like to use a bigger brush for more kind of like the temple area, more higher up, and then I like to use a smaller one for more kind of like the cheek area, the apples of my cheek. I never forgot what it was called then. So that is that one, and then you have more kind of like the tapered kind of like flat brush. This is the P06, so I think today I am gonna use, I think because I've obviously only used one shade of blush, I'm gonna go in with the P03. I really like this because, as I said, it is fluffy as well, and it just layers like your powder products on so nicely. We now need to set this base in place. Obviously I'm not going anywhere, but we do need to set it anyway, and I do want to show you. So this is HNB's recent launch. So this is the Airwisp I struggled saying it when it first came out. So the Airwisp mattifying setting spray. HNB finally have a setting spray. I love this. It is English. It is an aerosol setting spray, which I love, and there is a ball inside, so you do need to shake this so the products will mix together. But this is like my dream setting spray. Like, I have so many, but this is like my dream setting spray. So it is a lightweight mist which helps keep your makeup in place without feeling sticky or heavy on the skin. It is an invisible feel. It literally feels like nothing, because I've had setting sprays where it feels like hairspray that is an aerosol as well, and it feels not sticky, but when you spray it, it feels like you're spraying hairspray, whereas this doesn't. It is transfer resistant, it is sweat resistant, controls oils all day, 24-hour wear, weightless wear, exceptional performance. Like, yeah, so make sure you do shake it up and then give it a spray. When you first spray it, like, that sounds intense. It sounds like a deodorant. Do you know what I mean? But when you do spray it, as I said, it literally feels like nothing. It's literally as if you've just sprayed a can of air on your face. That is the best way I can describe it. And even though it does say it is a mattifying setting spray, it's not going to mattify your base down, which people would probably think. Like, that glow is still there. As I said, it is going to control your oils throughout the day. Be it oil combination, this is going to be great for you. I also do like that it doesn't completely mattify your base, because it does have that kind of like weightless, invisible feel. So yeah, it's not going to completely mattify your base, it's just going to keep everything in place all day. Before I finish my eyes and go on to the lips, because that is literally the last thing, which is lips, because as I said, HNB don't have any eye products. They used to have lashes. Oh my god, that was the first thing Holly brought out, which was eyelashes. I remember the packaging was like silver and like glittery as well. Oh, that was just a time. And like her first ever lip glosses also, the silvery glittery lid. Oh my god, that was a time. Sorry if the camera angle has slightly changed. My camera, when I stopped filming, my camera decided to go off. But yeah, we're on to lips. So I have, again, because I am so grateful to be on the PR list of HNB, I have every single shade of the lip liner. So there is 10 altogether. I do have like duplicates of when they did like little kits of the nude like range. Obviously they're all nude shades anyway. So yeah, I have multiples, but I'm just going to show you each shade. So I've just swatched every single shade here. They are going to look slightly different on me now with me being tan, but I didn't even say the name of the lip liners. So these are the soft sculpting lip liners. As I said, I have every single shade. So we have shade 1, 2, 3, 4, which kind of blends in with my skin. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. So shade 6 is actually my most loved shade. It's that loved. That is how tiny it is. This is the original length of the lip liner. This is shade 6 for me, and there's still loads left. Honestly, I do have another one, thank god. But yeah, they are all the shades. The most perfect nude. This is, why did I swatch them like that? The most perfect nude shade. I also love shade 9 for when I do a red lip. I like to have like a dark lip line first, so that is why you might see a little bit of red in there, because I haven't like cleaned it. It still has a little bit of red lipstick, so it's not like a red undertone. So yeah, 6 for like every day, and then 9 for when I do a red lip. I think because 6 is more or less going to blend in, I fear I might go in with 7 and just blend it ever so slightly. I mean, I do that anyway with any lip liner, so I'm gonna switch it up and use shade 7. Okay, so this is shade 6. This is what I'm making. I just love that warm undertone. To be fair, I thought it was gonna blend in with my skin. Oh my god, this is another one. This is another Love lip liner. I think I have one that's actually full size. So I have the tiny one, this one, and then I think I have another one somewhere. But yeah, shade 6 is honestly just the best. Then shade 1 in the satin, no, the soft satin lipstick. So I have one where it literally looks ridiculous. I think at some point it ended up melting, so it looks a bit crazy. Why is it not focusing? Can you see? It's just like, it looks hideous. But this is like kind of like a fresh-ish one. No, that is shade 10. I picked up the wrong shade. I had 2 shades of one, so yeah, here it is. Yeah, so this is obviously when it's meant to look like the more pinky undertone, so I'm going to use that one because the other one I feel like it's just going to come off. Oh, this combo I would never get over. I love a brown liner with like a light pink, I'm spitting there, the light pink lip. It's so pretty. So that is the combo, shade 6 in the lip liner and then shade 1 in the lipstick. This is why it's just my go-to. I'm obsessed with it. Oh my god, it's so pretty. So you could leave it like this, you could leave it more kind of like that satin matte vibes, but we have to go in with a gloss. I do have every single lip gloss shade, so there is, I think it's 20. Yeah, there's 20 altogether. So she first brought out her 10 nude shades and then she brought out her kind of like pops of colour. You can see with like the reds and the pinks and stuff like that. So I'm not going to swatch every single one, but you can see like how gorgeous they all are. Even that red, like them 2 red shades are so pretty. My favourites are, I'm going to pick them out to show you and swatch. I have 7 favourites. I know that seems a bit excessive and crazy, but I don't care. So I've just swatched the first 4. So this is shade 1, 2, 4 and 11. Then the shade 12, 13 and then 19. It does look like a clear gloss, but it has like, I don't know if it's going to come off on camera. You can kind of see like the pink kind of like shimmer reflex to it. I obviously didn't show you the actual packaging, so this is what it looks like. I just love the packaging of this lip gloss. Like you can see like the inside, it's like, I don't know, it's shaped really like differently. And then this is the applicator again. Oh, I just love that it's like curved. Don't think you see them properly then. Yeah, you can see like the curvedness to it. Like it's really, I mean, this is going to be horrible doing this, but it's really flexible, so it's going to go on your lips really nicely and apply so beautifully. And as you've seen by the swatches, obviously I've took them off now, as you've seen by the swatches, they're kind of sheer, but they still have a little bit of colour to them as well. Obviously if it's like a clear gloss, it's going to be clear. But yeah, I love that there is a little bit of colour to these glosses, and they're actually called the, again I didn't even say, the Soft Silk Ultra Shine lip glosses, and there are 20 shades altogether. I can't decide, even though I said I had 7 favourites. I think I was going to go with shade 1 because that would have been perfect, but I want a little bit more pinkness to it, so I'm either going to go with shade 12 or 13. I think I might go with 12, you know. These just apply so beautifully. Oh yeah, this shade. Like you can see how flexible the applicator is. Like, I hate like a really stiff applicator on a lip gloss, and these like, they bend, they curve to the shape of your lips, and oh, so smooth, so beautiful. They're just the best. Yeah, I'm actually so glad I went in with this shade. I just wanted to add like a little bit pink to the lips. But yeah, with these glosses, they are non-sticky. Like there's nothing worse when you apply a lip gloss and it's like stringy, you know, when you talk it and you can see like the stringiness to it. Like these, non-sticky, so comfortable, they last ages as well. Like, oh, this is why I love the lip products from HNB. And that is the full face of HNB Complete Hollywood, and HNB can honestly never do no wrong. The formulas that she gets created for her brand, they are seriously top tier, like you can see. I just love how all the products sit on my face. I've never had a bad product from HNB, and that is saying something. From the complexion products to the lips as well. As I said, I really hope that they do come out with a powder blush. Also thinking about it, I want a primer. Would really love a primer as well. What else? Lashes. Bring the lashes back. Like I'm a half lash girly. I'd love to see that. But yeah, I'd love to see a primer and a powder blush. That would be amazing. But yeah, like every time I do a full face of HNB, I'm just happy every single time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As I said, I will list everything in the description just in case you miss anything that I've mentioned. And HNB will forever love you. But I really hope you enjoyed watching me do this full face of HNB. If there is any other brands that you want me to do, please let me know and I'll see if I do have that brand. If not, I'll build up a little collection, go shopping and get that brand. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching and I'll see you in my next video.